Hey guys, JSmoothTV here, and I'm back with another video. So the NBA season is finally upon us after an extremely long absence since that sweep in the finals. A whole lot of roster changes happened to a lot of teams during the summer, that being either additions or subtractions. So it's time for my predictions on where each playoff team might fall come April. So, enough chatting, let's just hop right into it. Now, I bet you didn't see this one coming, right? The defending champs are going to reclaim this spot atop the conference after the Rockets held that position last season. The core of Steph, Clay, KD, and Draymond is going to do what they've been doing these past couple seasons and have the Warriors functioning properly until the playoffs come around. And they've added DeMarcus Cousins, who is expected to be fully healthy come the start of the title defense in April. So yeah, not really much needs to be said with this ranking. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm expecting around 64 wins for them. I have the Rockets still hanging around at the top of the conference, just behind the Warriors at number 2. Last season was pretty incredible for them. They won a franchise record 65 games. James Harden put up amazing numbers that were finally good enough for him to win MVP, and they were 24 minutes away from dethroning Golden State and advancing to the finals. So I feel in a way, this is going to be like a bounce back or motivating season for them. We all know about the incredibly untimely injury Chris Paul had in the middle of the series that a lot feel drastically impacted Houston's chances of playing June basketball. So now that they have CP3 back, they should still be an elite team. They also ended up losing Trevor Ariza during the summer, which I personally thought was a pretty sizable blow to them. But they picked up Carmelo Anthony, which I'm on record of saying is a perfect match for the Rockets offense. And they also re-signed Clint Capella, plus added Michael Carter-Williams, who should be a very solid backup for CP. So I think this should be enough for the Rockets to keep going toe-to-toe with the Warriors, all the way up to a hopeful Western Conference Finals rematch this spring. Just like last year, I expect another 60-win season for them, specifically about 62 wins. Alright, now I'm pretty sure we're all very much aware about the hype surrounding this team for the coming season. You know, LeBron finally making it official and going over to the West Coast, basking in all the purple and gold Laker glory to come. But actually, I like the pieces that they have around him. You know, Ingram, Kuzma, Lonzo, and of course the vets like Rondo and, surprisingly, Lance Stevenson. Now, I predict them having a little bumpy start to the season, kind of like LeBron's first year back with the Cavs in 2014. I originally had the Lakers a spot lower at number 4, but then I thought about something. If we seriously witnessed LeBron dragging last year's Cavs team to 50 wins into the finals, then I'm pretty confident that he can get them up to the 3rd seed and maybe even a 50-win season. But I'll have even more confidence in my ranking if they pull off a big-time trade during the season. But as constructed right now, I can see them at number 3. I'm predicting exactly 50 wins for them. Now, the Thunder did make a few additions during the summer, but that's not even the whole reason why I feel like they still got a lot better. That being them finally getting rid of Carmelo Anthony. Now listen, I can go on and on about why I feel Melo could have been much better to the team as a 6th man, but I think I've already explained that in the previous video. So since it's now just Russ and PG-13 as the stars, I expect them to feed off of each other's energy without having to forcefully give attention to a 3rd scorer. OKC did pick up Dennis Schroeder during the summer months, who was a pretty decent starter in Atlanta. So I think he'll serve his purpose well, depending on how Billy Donovan uses him. Steven Adams will still be a force down low, and whenever they get Andre Robertson back, the team's defensive numbers will go up for sure. I believe OKC will end up winning another 48 games this season, just like last year. Let's be honest, what the Jazz did last season was definitely impressive. I'm not even talking about the playoffs yet. During the regular season, Utah went on a lengthy 11-game winning streak that turned their 18-24 record to over 500 in about 2 weeks. I think they're extremely well coached by Quinn Snyder for the class that they're in, being a relatively average playoff team. Being led by Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, they shocked a lot of people in the NBA world last spring after eliminating OKC in their Big 3, led by the reigning MVP Westbrook. So for this season, I'm expecting another decent season for Utah. Obviously, I really like Donovan Mitchell, but I also like Ricky Rubio, Jay Crowder's toughness, Joe Ingles' shooting, and their rookie Grayson Allen when he's actually behaving himself. I think the Jazz have a lot of pieces that fit perfectly in Snyder's system. I'm guessing they'll finish the season with 46 wins. I have the Spurs down here for a few reasons. The point guard DeJounte Murray tore his ACL during the preseason, pretty much ended his season before he even started. If you watched him play for the Spurs previously, he was a pretty important piece for them. It seemed like he had a good handle on the team already and was being raised carefully in the Popovich system. But his season is most likely over, and they don't have Tony Parker anymore, so they're kinda weak at the floor general position right now. Now, of course, they still made that huge DeRozan trade, so he's definitely going to provide offense alongside LaMarcus Aldridge. So I think they're going to be a 60-year team simply because they still have 3 All-Stars, being DeMar, Aldridge, and Pau Gasol. And of course, Popovich is still the coach. But I'm not expecting a lot of wins for them, thinking around 46 or so wins. Okay, time for some straight up honesty here. I feel like every single season, the Blazers do the same exact thing. Damian Lillard has an impressive regular season, well, actually more like an all-star worthy season. CJ McCollum puts in work on his end too, and even the role players like Aminu have solid seasons for the team. But it seems that once the playoffs come around, it's the same story. Most of the time, it's a first round exit, and they're coming off that sweep at the hands of the Pelicans last season. So pretty much, they're a pretty decent regular season team, but I don't have that much confidence in them overall. I think they're going to tie with the Spurs in the win column at 46, but the Spurs are going to win the regular season series, making Portland the 7th seed. And the team that I believe is going to break their 5-year playoff drought this season and grab that final spot is the Denver Nuggets. Last season, they were literally a 5-minute overtime period away from the postseason, but they lost to the Timberwolves. This year, I think Jimmy Butler is going to end up getting traded, and the Wolves are going to drop out the playoff picture. Denver actually has a pretty solid team, though. Jokic seems to always be putting up monster numbers. Jamal Murray is an up-and-comer. Paul Millsap is going to provide the veteran leadership needed, and they picked up Isaiah Thomas, who's obviously looking to prove himself to still be an all-star. I feel the Nuggets are better than the 8th seed, but like always, the West is just loaded. As far as wins, I'm predicting about 45 wins, but I won't be surprised if they win more. And those are my picks for the West this season. But now that the West is done, we have to take a trip to the other side. Check out my Eastern Conference predictions too. You can find that video in the cards in the top right of the video, or click the first link in the description. At the time this upload, it's not out yet, so give me a couple days and it will be up. Alright, I'll see you in part 2.